A1R, psychic, metaphysical and wellness radio. A breath of fresh air. This is A1R, a product of Positive Peak.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Jacqueline Close-More Live with Jacqueline Close-More. Jacqueline Close-More. Live from jacqueline.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Jacqueline Close-More Live on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jacqueline Close-More, and you're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Hello! Welcome on into this morning, afternoon and evening, wherever you are around the world, onto this couple of networks, or multiple platforms. Isn't it fun? Anyhow, so I'm coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia, or Melbourne, depending on your particular accent. That was a really pathetic accent, I know. But anyhow, so there's kind of a lot going on in the world at the moment, isn't there? How could there not be? There's a lot of changes astrologically going on this year that are quite huge. The last time we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that's happened twice this year was actually September 11. So there's a lot of fear back then, and of course a lot of death, which was very tragic, and a lot of stuff going on about who did what to whom. And where did it really come from, and all these things that naturally pop up in our modern age of things popping up and people asking lots of questions. And international travel was certainly disrupted, wasn't it? And the sense of security around things. And so we've certainly been looking at our sense of security this year and what we actually hold dear and see as valuable. Now, today, once I go off air from A1R, I'll be going onto my Facebook Live page and taking you through some physical meditation techniques that you can use to get back in your body if you're sort of like really not coping. There's such a thing called vicarious trauma, and usually that happens to nurses, mental health practitioners, emergency services personnel during crises, or sometimes in practice. And what that means is it's kind of like a transference of what's happening for the client, affecting the practitioner. However, practitioners learn techniques of how to deal with that, how to disperse that energy. Now, with COVID and the constant news coverage of that and the many varying conspiracy theories, going on, people are constantly immersed in this trauma energy. And so there's a lot of, I think, vicarious trauma going on in the population, which is leaving some people open to not being able to take in information like they normally would, not being able to perhaps process events in a clear manner, clear thinking, and being open to conspiracy theories more than what they ever would have been before, and not maybe being able to dissect the arguments being put forward very cleverly, of course. People are not silly for thinking of conspiracy theories. Sometimes the reality is so uncomfortable that we look outside of the reality into something else to make it a bit more comfortable. So, then getting back into the reality of things is very helpful, and that's why I'm going to be doing some meditation and stretching and, getting in touch with your body type techniques after being on A1R this morning and going up to the Facebook page. Now, I've got some people saying hello here. So hello to Nikki, Tabitha, and this is on the Facebook live stream of A1R. So, hello to you. And yes, good morning, Nikki. Thank you for writing in. Now, also, I do have an overdue reading for Amy. Woo! She's written in a couple of weeks ago asking for a reading about fertility and about, how that was going for her. So I'm going to actually answer this here. Now, if you're wanting a reading with me, you can write in onto my Jacqueline Close-More Live Facebook page. You can inbox message me there. You can also comment on some of the posts I put up there as well, and then private message me there too. But thank you, Amy, so much for writing in and asking me to do a reading. So, Amy, with you, first of all, I'd like to just go into your energy a bit there, and I find you to be very open, spontaneous, generous with people, you tend to like to try to mediate, negotiate, tolerate. You've had to learn the hard way when not to do that, hey. You also tend to stand up for other people's well-being quite a bit, you know, in a social justice kind of context where if they're not being treated right, you'll sort of come in and do what you can and stand up for them, advocate, really. You know, and I think also you weigh up decisions forwards, backwards for quite some time before making up your mind. And then once you go there, you tend to be quite steadfast, but then 2 months or 2 years later, you can be sitting there going, is that the right decision? Could I have done it better? And you'll work through exactly the same 56 possible starting points of what you could do, whittle them down to maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe 3, then 1. And then you got back down to that 1 that you think, well, what could I have done better? And then you realise, well, that's what I did do. And then you'll go, oh, and that was the 4 that I shortlisted, and that was a 10 before that I actually shortlisted last time, and that was a 58 that I started with. Oh, my God. Okay, all right. So probably best for you to bullet point list what you're actually doing. You know, what the problem is, you know, what it's causing you, how to deal with it, the 58 possible scenarios, why you're getting rid of these off the list, why you've now got them down to 3, why you've now chosen that 1 and going there. And then you could read that for 2.5 minutes and be resolved, instead of 5 weeks of self-torture of going through the same process, really, that could have just been on a piece of paper with bullet points. So, you know, I feel there's this tremendous courage in you as well. Certainly you can get quite frustrated with people, can't we all? But you really can get frustrated with people. And I feel also that you're really with your right partner. You know, it's been a long time coming to get to that right partner, but you're there. And you were sort of asking about children and all these sorts of things. I would say that 2021, 2022 is really good for that for you. I would certainly also suggest for anyone having sort of any difficulties with having children, Chinese medicine and acupuncture is just wonderful for many things. And certainly there's practices within Chinese traditional medicine and acupuncture that go into fertility. So that can actually be quite helpful. Certainly with IVF clinics, they do recommend acupuncture. They don't recommend the herbal medicine while you're having the acupuncture. You can't really have them at the same time, but you can do 6 months of herbs and acupuncture, then go to the IVF and stick with the acupuncture. You know, that can be quite spectacular as to what that does, certainly based on what IVF clinics come back with. But certainly I have friends, and as we know, we've got our resident doctor, Dr. Anthony Holding, in Whittlesea Chinese Medicine Clinic, and he works with fertility. And I'll certainly get him on soon, and we'll have a chat about acupuncture in Chinese medicine and, you know, that sort of thing. So we'll sort of go through that, I think, in the next, well, we'll see if we can get him in, next few weeks. We'll see how that goes under Victorian in stage 4 lockdown. Yay, way to go. So, you know, the interesting thing here is that I'm seeing this year for you is all about new beginnings. So, you know, it's a time of rebirth for you anyway, on a creative level, on a interesting maturity of other people around you level, whatever that means. And also I feel here 2021 is a really amazing year for you in a lot of personal discoveries, a lot of rebirthing going on there, and a lot of new things. And I would also say there that finding your new energy in your life purpose. And I was also getting that you and your partner may end up working together in some way, whether that's business or something like that. It's like a joint venture, and it does seem to involve money, and it seems to do quite well. And with your partner, yeah, I really feel he understands you. I think that you can get inside each other's heads pretty well, and you can communicate, and it does feel like you're able to, at times, it's like being able to communicate without words or being able to end each other's sentences. Usually twins do that. And then there's other times where you may feel irritated towards each other, but that's kind of normal stuff. So I just, yeah, I feel like there's good things for you. It's really important for you to be calm and relaxing in this point of time. It helps with, you know, the desire to, you know, look at fertility, and that the more relaxed we are, you know, it helps everything, doesn't it? But whether there's actually scientific evidence of it helping with fertility may be something else. However, certainly I just feel like you do need to keep doing that. And I may have talked to you online on the page about needing to relax. So I think I've sort of covered that base already. But certainly there's cause for celebration in the next 18 months. And I feel there also, it's like some new money coming your way. It seems like maybe in the thousands as a lump sum. Don't quite understand what that's about, but it just feels like that's what's coming here as well. And there may be changes to your partner's job, but they actually feel quite positive. So I'm feeling kind of doing the happy dance on that one. So I just wanted to give you that message. Also, your partner tends to be really good at dealing with the practical, particularly for other people. He can get very frustrated for himself about dealing with things, boots and all, in his own case. But he tends to give really practical guidance, solutions, and thinking and framework to things when he's doing that. And so he'd be a really good coach. And certainly I can see him later on in life, dealing with younger people in that kind of sense of mentoring, coaching, guiding. So that actually may involve a sports team of younger people or a group of younger people. It just feels like younger people, youths particularly, and he'll be involved in that. There's also some kind of new change to his job that's actually going to be quite cool too. But I feel like you've got a really good connection there, so I want to congratulate you on that. And wish you the very best with it. And what I'll do is I'll certainly invite you, if you want to give feedback, you'll be able to go on the Facebook Live page of mine, Jacqueline Close-Moore Live. So thank you so much for writing in, Amy. And anyone who's wanting to join me in the next few minutes, I'll be going on the Facebook Live page, the Jacqueline Close-Moore Live Facebook page, and I'll be running a meditation stretching session, probably out in the concrete yard. And so you can catch me out there online. You can do this anywhere in the world. And the great thing is that it'll save online, so you'll be able to revisit that and do the exercises with me. And probably laugh at my attire or something, whatever makes you happy, really. So, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. You can once again join me in a few minutes. And in any case, if you're staying on with A1R, Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, hope you have a beautiful afternoon, evening and morning on the channel. There's more shows coming up shortly. And thank you very much for watching and listening. Catch you next week.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. And now Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
G'day, Tanya Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from lockdown here in Victoria, Sunday Creek. How's everyone going out there? Sending my love to you all, wherever you are in the world. And we're energetically, I suppose, feeling a little bit of the weight of the world around us at the moment. So just remind yourself that, do some things that are fun and, change that focus if you're finding that day to day it's a struggle, because I found that's really helped me. So I wanted to share that today. I've got a collaboration with a group of amazing souls that we're getting our book ready to the publisher. Next week it'll be. So, during this second lockdown, we've managed to belt out our Pearls of Wisdom, which is going to be really amazing, and we're all very excited to bring to the table, and hopefully then that might get the book out before Christmas. So we're fingers crossed that we can do that in amongst everything else that's happening in the world. So, and between that and focusing on my cards that are, I'm pretty sure they're going to be locked and loaded by the end of this lockdown as well. So for me, it's all been around focus and just making myself accountable for, the the time that we are restricted and we can't travel, we can't do things. So I'm just focusing on what I can do. I do have a bit of a daily list because I found that days blend into other days when when you can't do things. So yeah, I was a bit like not getting things done. I was wasting a bit of time, and so I really just decided for me, I'm very much driven by results. That's kind of the person that I am. I like to feel I've achieved something. So I've just had my daily list, and it's actually, set me up for getting a bit of a routine. And I think too, in this time, routine is the key. And, just keeping the faith that we'll come out of this, and, take it a day at a time. And a little bit like I shared on my show this morning with Tony at TNT Thursday is, just be kind to yourself and be gentle with yourself, and know that, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel those emotions. I think we're learning that a lot this time around in lockdown. I know for here in Victoria, as frustrating as it may be and as hard as it is, we can allow ourselves to be affected emotionally and, just put our hand up to say, yeah, I am feeling a bit down, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to actually move through that. So, I think if we can just be conscious of that and say, I'm going to do the best I can here, and I'm going to be really kind to myself. And as we know, when you're kind to yourself, that kindness radiates to others as well. And, we can just be a little bit, working through things that we need to at this point in time as well. I've had a lot of people that I've connected with recently working on forgiveness, and that's been a really powerful thing. So, if you can work on an area in your life that you're finding might be a struggle right now, do a little bit of self-healing and do a little bit of work around it. You can Google, if you want to really connect into the forgiveness side of things, Google how to do it. Have a crack at, there's so many different ways and tools out there to help you. And now more than ever, we're so connected to every bit of information we need. So don't be afraid to put your hand up. And if you need help, work through things. So yeah, definitely don't feel like you're in this on your own, and also connect to others. We need to remember that too. I think we all need to remember that. All right. Thanks for listening. Now I'm going to go on to my first read is Michelle from Eva Beach in Hawaii. Michelle, how are you?
Hi, aloha. I'm good, thank you.
Oh, I love Hawaii.
Aloha.
How amazing. And we say g'day over
Thank
here
you.
in Oz. Thank you for connecting. I love it.
Thank
was
you.
there something you want me to focus on for you today with your reading, or just connect in?
Yeah, just connect in, please.
Yep, okay. First of all, for you, I've got a lady in spirit coming through, and I felt like I wanted to go to a sister or somebody's sister who's in spirit, and she's quite creative, and I feel like she's come through because there's something that you're creating at the moment, and it's like I feel like I'm connecting into doing something that I love, and I'm taking it to the masses. So what are you creating at the moment?
I'm a flight attendant, but I'm not working right now. I'm on a leave due to the COVID, so I haven't been working for 5 months.
Okay, so I feel like there's something around you giving birth to a new idea, and it's like there's what she's bringing in is that there's something around you connecting to your creative side for this. So there's an idea that I feel like is around already, and I'd like to see you step up in doing it, and it's like that's what she's showing me. And 5 months is a long time to be off, to be not working, and I empathise with you with that, because it's been an absolute a really massive shift for many with what's going on in the world. And I'd imagine in your industry as well, there'd be a lot, and not only yourself but fellow workmates as well. But I do feel for you there's a little bit of a bigger picture behind this, and you're being drawn to look at things differently. So it's not necessarily that you're not going to go back to what you were doing, but there's a little bit of there's a gift inside you that needs to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I see this being something that you're doing for yourself.
But will I be okay? Will I be okay?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're very resilient, and that's why I'm really fascinated to find out a little bit about this lady that's stepping through, because she's really innovative, and I do feel like I want to say to you with this, like the hindsight after, coming out of what we're going through now, there's been some amazing insights for you that you will look back and go, wow, this actually happened to help me make some decisions around things and make me step up into something that I've maybe had in the back of my mind for a while. And with what she's showing me, you'll be able to make money from this. So it's like, where does the creative part step in? Like, if you were to look at what is it that you're naturally good at?
I just like, helping people. I mean, that's what I always did. Like, mostly.
But what is it?
Sorry, what was that?
Well, I just feel like there's something that you could be doing for yourself, like as in working for yourself, and it's like it's ready there to step into or step up with, is what she's showing me.
Oh. Okay, maybe being healthier or overall.
Yeah, but I feel like this is something that you're making money from. So this is to do with a bit of a shift in career. I want you to have a look around for the opportunity, because there's definitely something there. And she's insistent with this, and I know it might not make sense totally right now, but when Spirit come through that insistent, it's like there's something you haven't possibly, you haven't thought of yet, but there's something else that you're going to be doing. And I feel like I'm working for myself. So I want you to step into the innovation side of things, because there's something that you could be doing right now, and I just feel like she's showing me there's an opportunity there.
Okay. Oh.
And where there's a little...
Okay, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, really look into that, because she's really strongly showing me, and I'm surprised that you haven't already come up with this, because the way she's showing me is it's like it's very... it's like it's so obvious that it's crazy. So just look around at that. I also want to ask about the little girl around you. She's bringing forward to me like daughter. So I feel like there's what's happening around your daughter at the moment, or I feel like she's bringing her to my attention for a reason.
I'm not sure. I mean, she's
okay. She's quite spiritual, yeah? She's very sensitive.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, and sometimes too, just bringing that to our attention is about how she's going in amongst all this, because children tend to, they're when they are sensitive, they take on what's happening in the world and what's around us. But I do feel like I want to say to you, have you stopped watching the news, or you've changed something, is what Spirit is showing me. So it's like, well done on that. You made a call, or you're not feeding into the media stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I just feel like I'm conscious about what I take notice of, or it's like, sometimes when it's like I want to turn the telly off because I'm sick of hearing about it day in and day out, and I feel like there's something relative around that with your daughter as well. It's like I'm separating myself from, it's not that you keep up with what's happening, of course, but I'm not, energetically feeding off that. I also feel like, because there's something around the ship. So
she's good. She's fine.
Yeah, I do. It's just about being aware of the fact that she's a bit sensitive, and she might be feeling it at the moment, and it's just like to reassure her and say it's okay.
Yeah, she has a lot of symptoms. She feels a lot of things, like me. Like I'm like empathic, so like she has a lot of traits that I have.
Yeah, beautiful. So I feel like you're creating something, and I do want to say, like, I just feel like you have a strong spiritual connection, and it is something that you could easily tap into and do things around the spiritual side, and I feel like that's part of this, what you're stepping into. So I'd like to see you get creative. I feel like I'm painting or I'm drawing something. I don't know whether you've never done that before, or I just feel like there's there's definitely something there, and you could do that with her as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
overall,
please have a go at that.
financially, you think our family's going to be okay financially?
I do. Now, when who's still working? Is it your partner that's still working? There's somebody that they're showing me is still working through this, that's kind of holding the family together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I feel like their work is solid. So, all right. I also want to say there's been a lot of realizations for you personally in living within your means, or there's something around I'm really having a look at what I need in my life and what I don't, and I feel like you're letting go of stuff that is just stuff, you know, like I'm releasing what is no longer serves me. I do see you selling some things to go, you know what, I don't need that anymore, I'm going to sell that, and you know, with that it's creating new energy for you. But I do feel like you'll be okay. You are quite resilient, so I feel like you've connected today for this reading to go back and go, okay, what am I going to do now? Let's look at the world as it is now. I've been pulled up. I haven't worked. I'm going to side hustle something here is what they're showing me. So please look into that because it'll be successful. Okay,
I will. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. So I've run out of time, but thank you. My pleasure. Please keep me in the loop. I'd love to hear how you go because I'm sure, I'm 100% confident you're going to be fine. Thank you for calling in.
Aww.
Australia's Cowgirl Medium, thank you so much for connecting. I'm running out of time. Take care, everybody. Woohoo!
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Psychic Pat on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. I'm Suzanne Marie, and I'm very happy that you've come tonight to join us. We have a long line of some very good readers, and they're on call, and there'll be free readings tonight. So please stick around and listen and call in if you're inspired. The numbers are on the right side of the screen, and you can see us when this is finished at Moonstruck TV on YouTube. So I'm just wanting to say how happy I am here tonight. It's been a terrible week with thunderstorms and such, and I wasn't quite sure I could make it tonight, but I did, and I'm so excited, and I expect that we're going to have some wonderful callers tonight. If you'd like to visit me on my website, it's www.psychicpaths.com, and once again, I'm on Facebook under Psychic Paths, and yeah, you can check out and see if you like it or not. And I once again want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I hope that I can bring peace and uplift you with any questions that you might have. So I'm a clairvoyant, and I'm a light trance medium. And a light trance medium is someone who doesn't get taken over by spirit, but is visited by spirit and can connect with spirit without it taking over my body or who I am. And so I see past, present, and future. So any questions that you want answered, I will certainly do my best. And I hope that everyone has a great night. A1R Psychic Radio is streaming tonight for free live readings. So please join us and call in if you feel like a reading would help you. And yeah, so it's all about calling. And I'm just very, very pleased to be here tonight. Summer is almost over, so I hope that everyone is enjoying things that are going on right now. We have Shauna from Kentucky. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Well, I've seen better.
I'm sorry to hear that. What can I answer for you tonight?
Right now, it's like my current situation, like the issues that's going on. Not sure how to handle them or how to go about, if it's going to pass, is it going to get better?
I'm feeling like you feel like you're being pulled in all directions, and I feel like because you feel pulled, that you feel confused. This isn't normal for you. This is not normal for you to feel all pulled in different directions or to be confused. Usually you're very level-headed, open and clear. So it just feels like it's kind of new for you. that would you say that you've done a lot of growing as a person in this last year, 2020?
Absolutely.
Like there's
absolutely.
I'm picking up that there's been a lot of growth and even a lot of spiritual growth along with that. It isn't like, how can I put this? This is part of the confusion. I'm not sure about being pulled in different directions, but you've grown. You're not the same person you were when the year started. I think you need a little patience with yourself and a little love for yourself. You know, you should be, I don't want to say should, but you should be very proud of all the work that you've done. Spirit is just saying it's been tremendous. And I think that doors will start opening very shortly, things to abundance and money and happiness. I just feel like this is a part of reaping the rewards for so much growth that you've gone through. Spirit says it's been somewhat painful, but I don't think that there's change without some pain. I think it's always kind of connected to pain. We don't like change as people. But I just sense that you need to sit down, and whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, do what makes you happy in that time. And remember to be patient with yourself and be proud of yourself and tender with yourself. Spirit is with you all the way. You're not alone. Excuse me. And
bless you.
I just think that you need to take some time and know that it will be getting better. I think now, like respite or a recovery for everything that you've been through this year. You don't even want to do that. You don't want to take a seat and take it easy. You just want to, keep on going. But I think what would work would be if you kind of slowed down and took it easy on yourself and the situation. Am I making sense?
Yeah. I'm actually recovering from a partial knee replacement, actually.
Maybe that's part of the rest you need in the recovery. I feel like emotionally too, though.
Yeah.
I think you need to take some very loving steps to just being patient with everything and don't rush everything, to keep going. Do I make sense? Thank you.
Yes.
So that's what I would say. You're doing good. You're doing super. You're doing wonderful. And everything is just...
The situation that I'm in now that I really have questions about is, like with my kids, and the situation there, is that going to get easier? I set my friend up with my ex-husband, and after they got together, it changed. They're my best friends, and, I thought she was. And, all I wanted was for my kids' dad to be happy. And everything was going good, and then she moved in with him, and it's gotten bad. And, and when you said, I need to slow down and take it easy, that makes sense. Because I've been a raging bull. And, like, my emotions, I've cried every day for a week, so far. And, this lady, I feel like she's blindsided my, because my kids won't talk to me now that she's there.
It's going to work out. It's going to take time. You need to be easy on yourself. And maybe what Spirit wants you to do is to step back from that situation and rest yourself from that. Though your kids are going to come back, and that's because you're their mom. But if you just step out of that situation, okay?
Okay.
Step back and take the time to love on you. Worry about you.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be okay, honestly. Trust me. Okay. Well, you have a good night, and thank you so much for calling.
And thank you. And what was your name again? I'm sorry.
Suzanne. I'm Suzanne Marie.
Suzanne. All right. Thank you, Suzanne.
Bye-bye. And we have another call. Ivina? Lavinia. Hi. Hi, Lavinia. How are you doing?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
Doing good so far. What can I help you with tonight?
If I'm drawn to my nana, if that's okay. Or received anything from a loved one.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm sensing a lot of flowers. There's a lot of flowers going on. Yes, and there's supposed to be a scent with that. I think your grandmother's here. She was she the type that loved to listen to you? Like she would have time? She's here. She wants to hear all about it, she said. She kind of leaned in like, I want to hear what she has to say. I want you to know that your grandmother's doing well, and she's at peace, and she watches over you. And there are times that you talk to her. She says you talk to her, and she's there. She's listening when you talk to her.
Thank you.
You bet.
Is there anything else?
I know you miss her, and you'll be together again someday. But she's watching over you. Because she passed doesn't mean her love stopped or your connection and bond. It's still strong. And she just wants you to be happy, and she wants you to know that she's okay. Yeah, that's what her message is. Her message is to keep talking to her. She hears you, and she loves you.
Thank you so much. Is she the only one that's around?
It seems like that. She took over anyway. You know, she kind of bogarted her way to talk to you. So, yeah, she came with flowers, and she came with some fragrance or perfume.
She loved a lot of flowers, and she was full of perfume.
I want you to know that she hears you and you can talk to her, and she's not far. She's as far as your ability to conversate with her. Okay?
Yep.
You're doing good. Let me see if I can get her to let some other people.
All right. Thank you.
A man came forward, and he's a very strong personality. Yeah, he's a hard worker and he doesn't take no stuff. He's here.
That's my dad.
Okay. He loves you, and he gets awfully tender when it comes to you. He puts on this real tough exterior, but when he's talking about you, he gets all tender.
Oh.
He's doing good. Yeah, he's doing good. He loves you.
Thank you.
And he says that there's something else going on in your life, and he is with you right now. That there's some kind of don't want to say a problem, but a little bit of an issue, and he is there with you. He stands with you on whatever's going on. He's helping you.
Yeah,
okay?
That's where I get my strength from, I reckon.
Oh my goodness, he is tough. I can only assume.
Is he a very smiley, happy person?
He is. He is.
My dad.
But he definitely carries that he can take care of anything kind of attitude. Yeah, so he's there. He loves you, and his bond is as strong as ever too. So don't forget that, okay?
Yeah.
There's a thing between you and him and your grandma that's kind of like they kind of disagree on something. There's a difference. I think it's a difference of the way they think or the way they want things. It's just a little bit of a friction there. Not, hate each other or knock out fight, but you can tell, they don't agree.
Yeah.
They both love you, and they both want you to move.
I just love them just as much.
Okay. Excuse me.
That's all right.
Do you know of a young man that has passed away? He looks somewhere. Huh? He looks like a teenager or a young adult, very young adult.
Is there any other description, or is that all you can tell by?
It looks like he's worried. He has a worried kind of past, and I sense that something tragic happened, like a car accident or something. There was an accident.
Well, I've had a lot of young people my age, and they were close friends. Two was from a motorbike, and another one recently with a motorbike as well. So, and they're all in kind of the same age, so I couldn't really tell you.
He says, "Oh, you know him. You know this one." Yeah, but that's okay. He's not giving me a name. But I think there was a time with this fella that you had spent some time with him, like it wasn't in a group. There was a conversation. He's come to say hello. He's come to say thank you for being very kind when he needed it. He seemed to have been going through some hard times, and the person that showed him some really good kindness, and he says you were a good listener, was you, and he truly appreciates you.
Oh.
So, yes.
I would not have a clue who it is, but I'm so thankful that they've come through and told what they really think.
He has brown hair, and it's not short or shaven. It's a regular long boy's haircut.
Oh.
And he's kind of thin.
Around what age?
Yes, he's like a young adult.
Young adult.
Yeah, older teenager, like maybe 19, 20.
And
Yeah,
a car accident or something.
Yes, I think you'll remember later because he's not going anywhere. He's going to be hanging around you for a little bit. And so is your mom and dad. So, yes, I want to thank everyone for calling tonight. And hopefully we can get her back on the line. I want you all, I want you all to stick around, and I want you to check the schedule with A1R Psychic Radio, because every single night, practically. Hey, are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't too sure what was happening.
Me either. It's one of those evenings. Maybe it's all your company. I want you to have a good night, and thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much for the amazing and accurate feedback as well, by the way. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it, and it's an honor to read for you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Just if you cross them ever again, just tell them I love them so much, and I really appreciate that they'd come through to have a little message for me.
I will, thank you. And you too visit my Facebook page, Psychic Pass, okay? Let me know you're around. All right.
Yeah, I will.
You have a
Thank you.
Okay, so another Wednesday evening, and I loved it. I had so much fun. And I will see you next Wednesday, 7:30 Wednesday here. And I'll be looking forward to seeing all of you. Thank you so much for the wonderful readings.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Amazing Grace, Celebrity Psychic with Grace Wilczek. Grace Wilczek. Live from Facebook.com/Grace Wilczek Medium Psychic. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Amazing Grace Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, USA, and everyone, and hello to everyone where you are in the world. Welcome to my show, The Amazing Grace. My name is Grace Wilczek. I am medium clairvoyant psychic. I would like to help you with all your questions about your love, relationship. Everything is to you, and I connect with angels, with fairies, with nature. I connect with a higher angel, and everybody likes to help you. I work with my oracle card and got a lot of messages with quantum physics. I would like to talk today more about the children because of the lockdown, we all stress with the kids, and kids are very naughty, and it's about energy, and parents can call. I got something to tell you because we got many different children, and you don't understand your children because they're catching a lot of energy. And we got the crystal children, rainbow children, star children, indigo children. And if you recognize your children as their behavior, you will be coping much better. Because the indigo children, they are very sensitive, and the crystal children and the star children, they got different qualities, but if you recognize them, you can help them, okay? Because when they're very sensitive, they feel your energy, and when you stress, they stress. Please try to calm down yourself, and the children will calm down. The children very bright, very clairvoyant. They got very big intuition. They created. They got a lot of qualities. They would like to be the leaders, and they're doing a lot of things, like they're trying again and trying again. They never give up. And sometimes, you don't know what is with your children. You're going to the doctor, and they over-medicated because they're more hyperactive. Please watch what you give them. Please avoid chocolate in afternoon, or lollies, or very like carbohydrate food, because this is affecting them. They're very affected for chemicals. Please watch what you're using, which powder. They're affecting for the perfumes. They're affecting for the petrol. They affecting for the Mother Earth, the cleaning. They having good connection with animals. They got very good connection with nature, with animals. And for example, crystal children, they're very balanced children. They feel balanced, and they would like to climb, for example, and they like music. People need to understand children, and please help me. I feel I got the caller, and it's Irene, and I would like to take the phone call now, and I will talk later about children more because they are very intuitive, they're very bright, they're very, please look for chemicals, and they got a lot of allergies, okay? That's why you need to observe the children and help them and listen what they want to tell you. They're very creative, and the aura of the children is very is bright and very vibrant color. Usually they're using a lot of colors, and you can't recognize them because they are intuitive, they are clairvoyant. Please talk to them what they see, because they got sometimes the children, they playing with the children and you don't see them, the imaginary friends. And they got very high IQ, and they're very successful. And children, they want to help the world. They come in here, they usually very old souls. And some children, like Christian children, they don't want to be they don't go for money, materialistic stuff. They want to heal the world. They want to help the world. And they don't listen sometimes because they in very high in their mind, and they love colors. You can't recognize them. They like singing, they like music, but they're very sensitive, and they're very sensitive for high noise. They don't like it noise, right? And we got star children, we got many, we got the rainbow children, and they come here to help us. They helping Mother Earth, and they helping people, and they love hugging. They hug us. They really hug everyone. Like these little children, they love to hug everyone, even though they see you, for example, for first time, and because they come with the love, with the compassion, and they want to everybody to love each other. But it's very harsh energy on earth, and they can't adjust. That's why they irritated, and you need to know what to do with them. Okay, please take your children. I could see the flower. I would like to show you the flower which is gonna help you children. It is primula, and primula is a very good flower. Please have a flower, and or you can have a picture. You can have a picture, and this flower will come down. You can find many different colors, and primula is very good. Primula is helping children with many, many ways. She will be balancing you and your children. Please avoid mirror, please avoid chocolate, ketchup, many, many things that is affecting children. I'm spending a little bit more time because I know how it's hard with kids at home, especially in this time. You got Archangel Metatron, he is helping you. Please ask Angel Archangel Metatron for helping you. She is a beautiful. Please put the picture, please print the picture from the computer, or put in the children's room. They will be much, much, much better. It's beautiful. You can have a pink, you can have a yellow, you can have a white. It's a lot of different colors. Primula is very easy to grow, and it's helping kids. Okay. I think I need to take caller now. I got Abigail.
Yes.
Hello. Hello, lady.
Hello,
Hello.
This is fine. How are you?
How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
I'm good.
Is there any question?
Ma'am? Oh,
Yes,
I'm concerned about my career.
Your career. Okay. Do you got some specialty, because they're showing me with you actually connection. You need to do some study. Are you studying something? Are you studying, darling?
Am I starting what?
Are you studying? Because I feel they're showing me you need to do some courses, okay? And you
No, I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher.
I'm a college teacher.
I see this schooling. I see the schooling, but what is showing me, you need to do something more, okay? Just change some, maybe some more subject because you don't see it. But what is showing me, you need to do more education, okay? Or if you want to change something, you need to do, you need to follow your purpose of life in this teaching. But how they're showing me is one more subject, what you want to do, and you will be much better. You can teach something different, okay? Please ask angel for help. They will guide you what to choose because it's something, what I see is something more for you, okay? And is that you're doing very, very well. If there's something is, you got some attachment with the spirit is showing me. Are you sleeping a lot in the nighttime?
Am I sleeping?
Yeah, because you just got something like you overusing your body. You overusing. You're doing something or too long, or you're sitting too long, or you eat something like, for example, chocolate. They showing me is something in your body you need to work out. Okay, please just release it to reflect more about yourself because I feel like you need to balance yourself more. Okay. Because when you're overusing your body, it's no good, darling. You need to rest, okay? And how I see, please connect yourself more with nature, with animals. I see your animal guide is showing, and I feel it's a wolf, and wolf is your animal guide. And please connect with him, okay? Like you can sit quietly and ask him for help. He will be guide you. I got crystal for you is aquamarine, and aquamarine will help you, okay? It just will be very good if you're gonna have a clear, okay? Heart on heart chakra, because she wanna see you like, do you worry? You worry, okay? And you just need something like you need to trust yourself and you need to balance yourself. That's why the aquamarine will help you, and because I feel like you're going around and around and around, okay? And when you will be having aquamarine,
do you see me changing jobs?
I feel yes, because yes, I feel yes, but you need to do some course. That's what they're showing you. You need to do some course, something extra, and that's gonna help you, and that you will be more balanced and trust yourself, darling. Okay, because you see only one thing, but how I see, you need to appreciate more what you have in your life. Okay. And look around, okay? Don't look only this way. Please look around what is around you and say, thank you, I'm grateful what I have. Because you got a lot. But you see only one thing, okay? You see like this, okay? But what the spirit is showing, please open your mind and please open like more horizon is on you. And you will be having more opportunities, okay, darling? Anything else?
Okay. No, ma'am.
Anything else, darling?
No, thank you.
Okay, have a great life and choose wisely, okay? Choose your some course which your heart is telling you, okay? Because they're showing me you need to more study and that's going to take you further down, okay? Thank you, darling, and have a great day, okay? I got another caller, Sayana from the Chicago.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. You're so sweet.
That's lovely. How can I help you, dear?
Hi, I wanted to know for the rest of the year, like, what kind of plans are there for me? Like, anything good happening soon for me?
Anything? What is going on for you to the next year? Okay. What I feel for you is It is something like spirit is showing to me man, and you need to connect to your family, father, brother, husband, boyfriend, who you connect to, because I feel you need to see much better and having more connection with them. And I feel like you need to say you can have before from the man energy, okay? And that's what they show me, because you got a lot of blockage.
Love around me?
Hard cord because it's
You don't gonna cut your cord with the all man energy from your energy, okay? And please clear yourself, because you will be much better, okay? They're showing me for the rest of the year, if for some reason you judge something, they show me don't judge, okay? Because we all equal and we're going to do all best. I feel like you need to keep charging ahead, and because if something is beautiful is coming in front of you, okay? And it's like you're coming from the darkness to the light. That's going to be changed to you, and I feel much better. You will be much better, okay, darling? I need the crystal. They're showing me crystal to you. Is the carnelia. Carnelia will help you. Carnelia is the orange color, and it's your sacral chakra. The second chakra is the sacral chakra. And if any problem, because they're showing me now some issue and problem what you have, okay? That's why you need the crystal, and crystal will help you with your circumstances, okay? And in the present moment, you need to work on your present moment. And is any aggressive man around you?
Is there any what?
Is any aggressive man around you?
Is there any man around me, or am I with someone?
Yeah, but aggressive, like verbal, no good, it's arguing all the time. Do you have a man like this? Huh?
Oh, no, I don't have like any aggressive men, really. Like, they're not really like that. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone.
Yeah, maybe could be your neighbor, could be at work, could be somebody. Please remove yourself from somebody like this, okay? Because this is not good for you. I feel like you need to accept more yourself, okay? Love yourself, and everything gonna be better for you, okay? Everything is okay in your home.
You say what, ma'am?
Is everything okay at in your home?
Oh, no, not right now.
Not right now. That's why they're showing me the all men energy around you. And okay, please be more positive. And they're showing me like, please go ahead and please don't worry. You need to go to the nature. Okay, connect with the nature and plants. Okay, they're gonna help you a lot. The situation at home will be much better. Okay, and I feel you are.
Do you see me getting married anytime soon?
Married? I just gonna ask the angel, okay? Just a moment, okay? Because you should ask about the marriage. Just a moment, darling. I just asked the angel. He said, I feel you're gonna got somebody in your life, and he will come from your past life, okay? And you will be a person, and it's very nice, darling. I see you are a beautiful person, and you need to love yourself more. And what they're showing to me, Angel is showing to me like you deserve the love. You deserve the love, okay? And But please put more love to yourself. Please love yourself. Please don't criticize yourself and say, I am beautiful, I am lovable, I deserve the love, and I am in a relationship, okay? When you see yourself already in a relationship, you will call your soulmate and he will come to you. And you need to send energy around you. Please having more pink colors, please wearing more pink, please having more pink roses on the table, pink crystals, and that's all gonna help you, okay? And I see your, please listen to music, like wedding music, romance movie. Everything will change your energy. Because what is showing me, you will be reconnected with your soulmate that you've been before in previous life, okay? And he is returning to your life now. I see you will be engaged. It's showing me you will be engaged, and is you need to talk to yourself and ask yourself, what do you want, what do you like. You can do visual board and put him and cut everything what you want and put on the paper or cardboard, and you need to see this every day. And you can put like hugs, you can say, I am already married, I am already in love, and that's what will change energy around you, and you will call it. Because I see you are creative person, because I feel somebody is creative. Are you creative, or your future partner will be very creative? Okay, I see you. They showing me. I got the engagement card. I will show you. Look, you will be engaged, darling.
You said what?
Okay? Yeah, that you will be engaged. Yes, you will be engaged. But please have the time to yourself at the moment, and please say, I am already engaged. Now you need to sense energy. I am engaged. I am in love. I am beautiful. I cherish my body. Everything is changing. Your is increasing, and you will receive from universe what you want, because you need to ask. Please ask universe for help, and please ask universe to bring your soulmate, okay? And please say, please send him faster, because the spirit world is like, they don't have in time, and for us will be 10 years, for example, but for them it's 3 seconds, because they don't have in time. That's why we're waiting and waiting and waiting. We need to manifest, put to the universe what we want, and just wait. But it needs to do everything around you to be good, to be nice, and don't go to the ego, because when you're gonna go to the ego, everything is changing. Okay? Don't push, because they tell me if you in hurry, you want to push, and when I gonna be married, this is worry, okay? And when you change and you don't gonna think about it, you're just gonna work on yourself, and you will call that pink color for you. And you will say, I am lovable, I am already in a relationship, I got beautiful men in my life, I am happy, I am successful, I am beautiful, I am pretty, I am safe. Everything will help you to work and call your lover. Because I feel like everything for you, I see even now, I see beautiful chemistry, and I see you have a wedding card out. Okay? Look how this is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay? Are you there? Hello?
Oh, what's the person? Oh, okay.
Yes,
I understand.
Yeah, the first they show me engagement, and now they're showing me the beautiful chemistry between you too, will be. And you need to start saying thank you, okay, for having a beautiful man in my life, okay? I feel is please don't be worried about the money because you would like to be more codependent lady, and everything gonna work out, okay? I feel like you will be very happy and make your word, okay? That love gonna make your word. And how they saying me, they showing me like 12. I feel like 12, that could be up to 12 months, darling, okay? I really finished my show, and I wish you all the best in your future and meeting your soulmate. Please change on me thinking, and everything will be okay, okay? I wish you all the best, darling, and I need lots of love, darling, and keep going ahead, okay? Just hug yourself from the all father's energy who has to be for, okay? And you will be fine. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching. I am on radio, A1R Radio, and Moonstruck TV. You can find me on my Facebook, www.Moonstruck, Medium, Psychic. I am a business. You can connect with me for private readings or private hearings. And I love, thank you so much for having me here. And
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. Live from AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights into Consciousness
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson here on A1R Radio. I'm Anna Olson, and I'm here every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And today I am going to answer some more universal consciousness questions, which means that I'm going to answer some more questions that pertain to what is going on in the world right now. Right now, we know that we all have the pandemic that we are dealing with. We have lots of different things that we are all dealing with that is different than usual. I'm not going to take any calls today, but I will do that next week. Today I'm going to go over basically what people want to know right now from Spirit. Last week I covered a few things about why we were having the pandemic, what this is about, and what we can do to empower ourselves and to really use it for the highest and greater good. And because all of my work is with love and light and with the frequency of love and above, I am going to continue this show with that concept and the frequency of love and above. That said, today I do feel like there's the flip side of the higher self, which is the shadow self, and that is all the stuff that we stuff or the things that we hide from other people behind a mask in society, and it's the things that affect us the most deeply that we usually think of when we're in bed at night and nobody's around and it's dark and all of our subconscious thoughts and feelings come up. Now, when we do work with the shadow self, it's really processing old emotions that we need to make new, that we need to cleanse, that we need to let go of. When we do these goal setting and these basically like letting go of the old and bringing in the new, what we're doing is we're processing things from our shadow self, and we're making the old new, making the bad and the suffering good, and letting go. And unfortunately, we have to restart that process again, but that's part of life. It's the ebb and flow of life, and it's the ups and downs. Even the planets go through this, which is retrogrades of Mercury and other planets. We've had 5 planets in retrograde lately, all at different times. And with Mercury in retrograde, that's really brought up a lot of these old things. Now, this is almost over. We've had an eclipse, we have had Mercury in retrograde, we've had so many different things going on in the planets. At the same time, we have had a lot of these things going on our planet, in the world. And in addition, we are going through the same planetary pathway that the world, well, the Earth had affected in the 40s during World War II and during the Great Depression. So we are going to have to purge our old stuff, and that's what I believe we are doing right now. That's what the planet is doing. We're taking all of the old stuff that has been collectively brewing for a very long time, and we're going to release it now. And it's all a systematic way to make things new again, to renew, to refresh, to make things basically clean. It's like cleaning out the basement or cleaning out the attic, however you want to, whatever way you want to look at it, or however you want to look at it. It's cleaning out the subconscious stuff that we don't want to look at, and instead of putting our head in the sand, we have to let it come out and deal with it. That said, I am going to first of all focus on what is going to be the first question is, what is going to be the purging and the shadow self processing of our planet right now during all of these planetary retrogrades, the quarantine and the pandemic, and the economic issues that we're having right now, in addition to all of the race riots. What is it that's going to come from that? That's what we'd like to see is, okay, we're going through this processing. We all know that has to happen and it has to follow its course. However, what can help us when we're dealing with all of these difficult situations and processing all these different things and trying to turn off the media because it's becoming overwhelming, what we can do to make that a positive experience is to look at what that will bring us when it's done processing. So that's what I'm going to go into now about, well, okay, what do we have to look forward to? What good will come out of this? What good came out of World War II? Well, there was a lot of really positive movements for women, and I won't go too far into politics here because I'm smart to keep my mouth shut about that, but really, there were some really good things about women and women having a lot more freedom in our society to do the things that they want to do rather than what society would want to force them to do. And that really freed up our men too in the masculine energy, because then they were happier and they were more content because their women were happier. Their women were more their true selves. So they were able to also relax and become their true selves more. And this was really good processing for us in the 40s. Now, this time dispensation is going to be different because we're in the world date of 2020 and or the age, I guess the birth date. And so the first card that I'm getting is the Eight of Coins. I'm going to describe what this looks like, and for our viewers, I will just do a close-up really, really quickly. This is the Eight of Coins, and we see this balancing act with money. There's a man who is balancing coins. He's balancing these different coins in a very cool-looking, basically like a cube shape. He's putting it together in a 3D cube shape. So what he has is they look like sticks. Sticks from a tree in between these coins to make a cube with the coins at each corner of the 3D cube. So he's carefully placing them together. Now, the way that I'm seeing this is that we are going to have to rebuild our economy, and that is something that everybody knows we've been needing to do for a very long time. Not only about like fixing the debts that we have in this country and in other countries, or the very dysfunctional way that money has been handled, we're going to have to be forced to really buckle down and just really get serious about money and how it's spent. And that not just pertains to the world and our countries and our governments, but it also pertains to each household. Many people have been careless for a long time with money. And when I say that, I don't mean that I think that people aren't smart enough about it for the most part right now. I think people have actually been improving the way they think about money. However, I think that it has been more important than family and more important than even self-care. People are working so hard and forgetting about their bodies and not thinking about what it would be like for their children if they're not around, or if their health is bad, or they can't run out and play with them, or go do, have energy or feel good around them. And I think that this is prioritizing all of that and really looking at the importance and how you can work your entire life and run yourself completely dry, and what we have to show for it. All of the materialism in our lives goes to dust. It is something that should be prioritized as what it truly holds value for: survival and for service and showing love to other people. So when we help other people in their time of need, and the same way with our governments, when we're helping people in time of need and being generous, and that is one way, monetary means is one way to be generous and to show love to others and to provide for them, even for our families and our children. And the other thing is that it's going to need to be put into perspective in regards to family and what is truly important. We can't take money with us. We can take people with us, meaning our hearts are connected to others through the next life, through the veil. That is the only thing that we will ever be connected to in this world, opposed to the next world. Our bodies, our hearts, and our spirits will be the only thing that we will be able to take with us. So that's the first question. Second question is going to be, what can we do to basically prepare for this issue, this economic collapse, and what can we do to recover quickly from it? That would be the next question. The card that I'm getting for that is the Page of Swords. So I'm going to do a close-up of this. There's basically a young man with a sword in front of him. It's the Ace of Swords is one sword. He's wearing a blue shirt, kind of just standing there with the sword in front of him. The sword is more or less opaque, so you can see through it. It's transparent and opaque at the same time. It's really a beautiful deck. The Page of Swords, now, really what I'm seeing is a need to teach the younger generation how to manage their money and how to earn money and be responsible with money. I do not think that this last, well, okay, I can't say everybody, but I think that there has been a lot of misunderstandings about money, its importance, and how to teach the younger, like millennials, and maybe the next generation of the millennials, like really to teach them about money and how to earn money, how to work hard. We have a very prominent computer age right now that is for the most part, really based on a lot of activity of sitting down and being on a computer or a screen or just watching, YouTube or whatever. And while that has its benefits and its wonderful parts about it, the other side of it is that our generation, this next generation, our children need to understand how to be very productive and make a lot of money and still be healthy physically, and that being healthy physically is also part of investing in ourselves financially. So if we have so many medical bills that we worked our whole life just to spend money on medical bills, what's the point? What did we do it for, to suffer? That's really, I think, the basic skill that we need to set into the younger generation, and being healthy physically, being healthy in our mental state. How are we taking care of our brains? How are we nourishing our bodies so that our brains work properly for the long haul, for the long term? This is coming up as well for the next generation. We need to really prepare the next generation and be more responsible as parents and grandparents to this next generation. We can't leave them in squalor, basically. It's like Spirit is calling CPS on us and saying, come on, you guys, you need to really be more conscientious of this next generation and really prepare for their successes and for their, comforts and basic necessities being met. So the good thing that's going to come out of this, from what I'm seeing here from Spirit, is that we're going to be able to teach we're going to be forced to be responsible with our financial situation, and we are going to also enjoy teaching the next generation how to be financially responsible, how to be responsible on their own, how to be more independent. With the pandemic, many kids are having to be left home alone. A lot of kids are, at like the younger ages, they're going to have to be more responsible, similar to the way it was like with the latchkey kids, where, they were kind of having to be at home. And really, it's about going back to the basics and being self-sufficient. Teaching self-sufficiency, how to fish, not handing somebody a fish, and really learning that no matter where you are in life, there's somewhere you can go to be self-sufficient and to provide for yourself and your family, and to find your skill set, take care of your health, and take care of your ability to provide for yourself and for others. And to also, this is coming up as well, is that it's also about teaching the responsibility of not having children unless you're ready, not creating more mouths to feed unless it can really be dealt with, unless it's something that emotionally, mentally, physically, financially can be sustained. So that is also, I think, something that is part of this that's coming up in the reading. Now, the next question that I'm getting is really interesting, because it's probably connected to this whole thing. There's something about relationships and marriage that's going to come out of this day and age. There's something that I'm feeling, and what's really interesting is, I think I said Ace of Swords with the other one. It was actually a Page of Swords, and now I pulled the Ace of Swords, which is really interesting. It's, again, a sword, a single sword. A Ace of Swords is just one sword. It's kind of opaque and translucent. It's a beautiful painting, basically, of a sword in this really cool design. There's these beautiful colors involved. And the Ace of Swords, what I'm getting here is that there's going to be a neutrality that's going to come up with relationships and marriage, and it's going to be directly tied to the economic status that we have right now, and that there's going to be less marriages, and there's going to be more families that are going to be coming up from marriageless unions. And I'm feeling that this is probably because somehow this will do better for the economy. Now, the first thing that's coming up from Spirit, that for an explanation, because I'm asking Spirit, what does this mean? I'm getting that there are going to be a lot of the people who have had children wanting to get benefits from, like, let's say, social services or maybe welfare or food stamps, and it's harder to do that in a marriage household, a household where there's a marriage, that when people are having a more difficult time economically in the home, and when there's a disadvantage there, it's actually more beneficial financially, the way it's set up, to not have the marital relationship. Now, in addition, I'm also feeling like there is a change in the dating status in our country. Now, I haven't dated for over 18 years. I've been with my husband for over 18 years. So this is completely alien to me. I only know what I've heard. And that is that many people who are in the dating pool are extremely put off. They're either being used for money or used for their companionship for a very short amount of time and then being ghosted. They are being treated poorly. This is becoming kind of epidemic in the way that people are getting tired of being treated bad by that small percentage of the population that will do these things, and then they're putting up their guards and really approaching dating and the dating scene with a lot more caution and a lot of walls up and guards up, which is horribly unfortunate. And my heart goes out to anybody who's been dealing with this climate of shallowness, of heartlessness. I've spoken with a lot of people with broken hearts who did not understand this dynamic coming out of a marriage, or their spouse died and they began dating again and they were horribly hurt, brokenhearted. So what that does is it puts up guards around the heart, and it causes them to either not want to get into a relationship again, or they tend to put their guards up so much that they really can't get close to someone, and they don't really truly trust somebody, and then that other person will understand, they'll pick up on it that they're not trusting. So this is an issue. I feel like there's going to be a whole new field of psychology. There's going to be a whole new arena for psychologists and therapists to dive into here, because we have this whole new thing. There's online everything. Marriages are falling apart left and right because people are cheating online. People are, it's so easy to cheat online. This is going to be a whole new study of relationships and a whole new study on people and the dynamic of dating, marriage, and divorce. I'm seeing, now this isn't something that I'm used to, so please understand this is something new for me, but I'm also seeing that there's going to be a lot of relationships that are not monogamous that are coming up from this, even more so than before, but there's going to be a lot of open relationships. There's going to be much more, I guess it could be more like poly or open, basically, and that's going to be more widely accepted. That's not something I like, but it looks like that's probably what's going to come up from this. And what is going to be born of that is, of course, a new wave of children who suffered these consequences from these relationship dynamics, who will then again put more emphasis on the importance of monogamous relationships, marriage, really being devoted to one person for the health of the children in the home. So I'm getting all these things. This looks like these are movements that are coming up. I'm really looking for like women's movements and things, and I think that we've already come pretty far with women's movements, which is good, but I do see some progression there. Race movements I'm seeing are still going to be challenged, and this is very difficult because the U.S. is such a melting pot. We have so many different types of people, and it's so diverse, which is something I love about it. I've been born and raised in California, and it's one of the most, especially the cities, are just some of the most diverse populaces, and it's just incredible how people are basically just from all walks of life in this country now, widespread. So the next card that I'm getting is going to be the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, I'm feeling like this is depicting our own personal power. Now, the Two of Wands, I'm going to do a close-up on this one too for the viewers who can see it. We have two wands in the hand, And we have basically 2 wands in one hand, and there's magic basically being made here. So when we have this 2 of Wands, we're talking about double power for one person. I'm adding this to the relationship status that I just went over, and that is that one person will have to do the work of 2. One person will have to get the skills of 2. It'll be too much work for only one person. So we're looking at this dynamic of one parent per household type setting. It's almost like I'm feeling like many households with children will definitely have double the responsibility, and they're going to have to pick and choose what they prioritize to, really put their energy into when they're trying to pay the bills, when they're trying to get, all the food on the table, get the kids educated, and that's going to be really difficult. So the next question that's coming up is going to be about the presidency. So I see Trump in my mind right now, and it's just coming through. So I'm getting the fountain, and I'm getting the eternity sign. So, and it's inverted. I'm going to just do a close-up of this one. It's the fountain with the eternity sign. And this is just basically depicting lack of, past and future. And that when we have a fountain, it's basically depicting creation, and it's depicting an ongoing flow. So what I'm seeing here is that Trump is going to stay where he is. And that's what I'm feeling from this card. I feel like he's staying where he is. It's going to continue the way it is. That this was depicted long ago with the time frame, and that this is going to continue. So there's going to be, because of this, though, I do see that I'm getting the 8 of Swords. I'm going to do a close-up of this one. It doesn't look like a very positive card. If you look at it, it looks like a girl has kind of a hood on, kind of a dark, shadowy figure with a mask on, and there are 8 swords projecting from the neck area. I see this as a sort of being bound, and from actually having, these 8 swords being bound, and it coming from the throat chakra. So I even see that there's a quietness or a quieting of the free speech, or from a voice being heard. I'm seeing that there's going to be a whole populace of people that need help that aren't going to get it because of the politics. There's going to be a lot of suffering, financial hardship. This is the shadow side coming through, and it's just saying that we need to help our neighbors. We need to be aware. I'm really seeing single mothers here, and I'm seeing young women here. That young women are going to be they're going to be attacked by this whole dynamic. They're not going to be helped by this dynamic, that this is going to be singling them out of where the benefits are, where the everything is. I used to be a single mother, so this is something that I personally understand, that there is a lot of leaving some of these women who are single mothers, who especially don't have a lot of home help or a lot of family help, like I was. They basically will be left out. Not everybody has grandma to help them. Not everybody has their family to pay for things for them. And these, I'm getting like young women and single mothers will be the ones to really watch out for, that we need to make sure that we don't forget. And these are also the group of people in our populace that really have a lot of pride. So young women want to be taken care of. They want to look, they don't want to look poor, struggling, having difficulties. They want to be poised. They want to be, these decorated citizens of our culture, like they're taught to be, and they want to look cared for. And if they aren't, they're not going to outwardly show it because of pride and because of a lot of cultural things that we instill in our youth and even our adults. So we need to watch out for these young women. We need to respect them. We need to make sure that our sons are taught to respect them, that they are not being taught to spit them up and throw them away, that they are very careful with their hearts, that they are being treated fairly, appropriately, and respectfully, and that they are even singled out as the focus of attention for helping, for making sure they're supported by our communities financially. And that's going to be very important for this next movement, because I see that they're the next victims, unfortunately. And we know that we have a lot of minority young women in these situations. We're talking about Black, Hispanic women, and that is especially in this country. So we need to watch out for them and make sure that if we can't get the laws and everything passed right away, that we're watching for them in our community. We're asking them if they're okay. We're asking them, do you need anything? Point them in the right direction. Guide them to churches, to whatever we can, because this is going to be the group that's going to get the worst. So, I feel like this government that we have, at least in the U.S. here, I can't speak for other countries at this very moment because I'm covering U.S., but we're going to have a lot of people who are going to be left out of new laws made and out of priorities that are going to be really directed at the wealthy. So I really think that we should watch out for this. We need to prepare for it. We need to prepare our children and our families and places that we worship, or just our communities, and really pay attention to these things. So if you would like to reach me, I would love to do a reading for you. If you have any questions, let me know. You can reach me at AnnaOlsenIntuitive.com, AnnaOlsenintuitive.com. It's at the bottom of the screen. I'm also on Facebook at Anna Olsen Intuitive. You can always reach me there, ask me any questions. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to do a reading for you. I do those on video. I do them over the phone. And as social distancing and safety allows, I will also do them in person. So give me a call, let me know, and as always, tune in next week on Thursdays, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time for my show, Insights into Consciousness, here on A1R. You can also find me on all the podcasts, YouTube, and Apple, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. So if you'd like to go through this and listen again, it'll be there, and it'll also be on A1R's website and my page on Facebook as well. So you have a great night, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much for watching.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for a gateway to the spirit world with Gail Moffat. Live from GailMoffat.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is a gateway to the spirit world
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful show, and we're going to have a couple of callers, and so I'm looking forward to that. But before we go there, let's have a little sort of chat about spiritual matters. I always think it sort of warms me up. Anyway, I was thinking about when you have a reading, I was thinking about sort of what you hope to achieve out of a reading, and what is sort of a positive thing to be had from having a reading. And so I want to talk about from the point of view from the spirit world. Now, what you've got to remember is that the spirit world will actually, they will see everything that is going on in your life. They will know exactly what's happening. And so there's two ways of a spirit, the spirit world helping us. It may be that your loved one will come forward, somebody that is very dear to you, somebody that you've lost and has gone on to the spirit world. They may come forward and they may sort of prove to you that they exist. They may help you with your life. They may look to help and guide you. But also, we all have guides. Even you have a guide. Nobody is excluded from having a guide, because we have a purpose. We have a purpose in our lives that has to be fulfilled, and we have to go through many sort of challenges and difficulties. But nevertheless, that purpose is there. So all the help, in other words, all the help is there from the spirit world. And my role as a medium, I think, is I feel like it's a very sort of I feel very honoured to be a medium. I feel like it's a very privileged role, and I think in that role you need to sort of, I always respect the spirit world. I think it's quite important to respect the spirit world. And so I always look to my guides when people want some guidance, and some of the wonderful things that they can come forward with, and the knowledge and the love and the care, it always sort of endears me to my guides, because they are incredibly loving and supportive to everyone who receives a reading through me, and I would imagine every other medium as well, that the guides that are allocated to us are I think I want to use the word cool. They're cool. Very sort of it's a little colloquialism there, but they're just incredible. And sometimes I get, I have the privilege of meeting people that actually need more serious guidance, and I'm in this sort of fortunate position where some of my guides are quite incredible, and you almost wouldn't believe me if I told you who they were, but they're mainly from the Bible era, and sometimes they can come forward in such an incredible way that you would be amazed at the way they word things. But anyway, that's just a little bit about my guides and sort of the spirit world and how they are and how loving they are. So I hope that, in their care, we can do sort of, some nice readings today. And I believe we have somebody waiting, Sharon in Portland, Oregon, USA. Are you there, Sharon?
Yes, hi.
Hello and welcome. And how are you today?
I'm good.
Good. So I'm a medium, which means I can connect to loved ones, or I can actually go to my guides and get guidance for you. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work? And if so, where would you like me to point me? In what direction?
I don't know. Does anybody from the other side of my family want to come through?
Yeah. Is there anybody? Well, is there anyone in particular? Actually, as I'm saying this,
my mom is Kathleen.
Right. Okay. I've got. Is your father in spirit?
No, he's alive.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether this is father or grandfather, but I've got a man standing by the side of me, and I heard the word father at the end of what he was saying. And I feel like he's telling me it's really important that it's him that comes through today. And he's telling me that he's got some important words, and I feel that these words are going to be from a healing point of view, and I feel like that they're important words that need to be said between you and him. And I feel that like this is on your. I feel this is on your father's side. Would you have known your grandfather on your father's side?
No, he died before I was born.
Right. Okay.
I'm estranged from my real father. He's alive. My father's alive. I never knew my grandparents except two grandmas.
Well, I know that your grandfather wishes to speak to you because I feel that there's something important that he wants to say to you. He's saying to me that he has observed you throughout your life and been quite close with you throughout your life from the spirit world, and he says that he will continue to be like that with you, because what he's saying is that he feels it's really important that you have a relationship with him, because he wants to have a relationship with you. He wants you to know him in his life, or in your life rather. And he's saying to me that he feels that it's like he's saying to me that there's missing details about your family that you don't know about, and he's saying that it's sort of like it's sketchy. You are unaware of some of the details that exist in his family, and he feels that it's only right and proper that you should know or have a broader knowledge of your family. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, because my dad grew up in a lot of foster homes, and his dad died when he was very young.
Right. And
so there's so much I don't know.
Yes, that's what he's saying. And he's saying to me that this is why he feels it's so important that he has a relationship with you. It's almost like he's showing me an onion, and he's peeling back the layers of the onion so that you can sort of understand his family. And is there somebody, do you know of anyone that was in the military? And was that your grandfather? And did you know that about him?
I don't know. My dad was a Marine, but see, my real dad is alive. He's alive, but I don't know anything about my grandpa. My grandpa on that side is called James. So they would call him Jim.
Right.
He wouldn't allow his kids.
I'm seeing somebody in a white uniform, and with a white hat. The uniform is white, and obviously I'm from the United Kingdom, so I'm not familiar with what sort of regiment that would be in the United States. But I'm seeing somebody in a white uniform, and he's telling me that he's telling me it was him. He was in. Is the white uniform, is that indicative of being in the Marines? Is that a Marine uniform?
I think maybe it's Navy. I'm not sure.
Okay. because I'm just getting that so I've got this person in the white uniform, and I know that he is he's telling me that he was in I feel like he's in the military of some description, and I'm also being told that when he was okay, I'm seeing I can see a big boat, and this boat is I feel like it's is there such a word as a frigate? I'm hearing the word frigate. And I think that's to describe the name of the boat. But I'm seeing this boat, and I know that, and I feel that, he's showing me all these people lined up on the boat, and they've got their hands up by the side of their head as they're leaving the shore. And people are waving to them, and I know that he had that took him on a difficult, challenging journey, which changed the direction of his family. That his family was never the same after that point.
Oh,
would that make any sense to you?
No, but I accept the information. I'd have to do some research.
Okay, because I feel that he was what I'm getting is I feel that he is in the Navy, and I feel that he has I feel that he there's something about round about that time is when he lost his life, and I feel that the he it's like he never came back. That was the last that was seen of him, and I feel also that and he feels that, and he's telling me that he considers himself of a sort of like he considers himself a good person, and he feels like incredibly guilty that he wasn't able to support and nurture his family, and the family, almost like dominoes, goes boom 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 boom, knocks over as a result of him passing, and I feel that and he's sort of saying that what happened to him affected your dad, and then that your dad also then in turn affected you, and it's almost like it's gone through the generations of there's been an impact in some way of each generation that has sort of almost like suffered as a result of him passing, because he makes me feel like he was the strong one, he was the secure one, the one that could cope with things, and other people around him couldn't at the time.
I heard rumors that my dad was his favorite, but I don't know if that's just a rumor or he just felt special to his dad, but I know he really missed him.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. Your grandfather is saying he loved your father very much, and I feel like there's a sadness because as a result of what happened, he makes me feel like your father had a challenged life as a result, and there is a deep-rooted insecurity and sadness, and I feel almost like with your father, he's never really got over losing his father, and I feel like there's a real sort of almost like a need for repair and sort of like, I don't know if it's counselling is the right word, but I just get the feeling that there is a need for your father to be repaired, and he is urging you to consider helping your father out, because he says that your father needs your love at the moment, and he's not in the best of ways at the moment, and needs your love and support.
I'm very estranged from my father, and he had broken my heart, so I can't talk to him anymore.
Yeah, I get that, and everything has to be your choice, and you have to protect yourself and look after yourself first. And sometimes the spirit world come and they bring a message through from the point of view of where they're standing and not where you're standing.
Is he Jim? That he could be my grandpa Jim. Does he go by the name of Jim?
I'm going to have to go because I've got another caller waiting. But I know that he is your father's father.
Okay, thank you. I will consider, though, and I'm glad that he came through.
Okay, and thank you very much for calling in, and thank you very much. Right, okay, so we have Beverly in High Point, North Carolina. Are you there, Beverly?
Yes.
Hello, and thank you for waiting. Right, I am a medium, and I'm able to connect to loved ones, or I can give you some guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
I don't know what my question is, because I had called you guys like I think 2 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks ago, and I had got a reading what I had asked, and I was just wondering if it's still it's pretty much the same question like last time. It's about my ex.
And you had a reading from, was that from me or from somebody else?
I don't remember who it was.
Okay,
I know it was a lady, but I don't remember.
Right. Okay. Well, so you want to talk about your ex and see are you looking to see if there's a possibility of reconnecting? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah. Because I know that because I know he's in a relationship with somebody right now that's been together for a week, and he just moved into her house the other day.
Right.
And so in my brain, I'm just thinking, you're just like basically a rebound to him. I'm like, that's all you are. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I've only got about 8 minutes left, so let me just move quickly so that I can give you as much details and information so you can get a really good reading. Right, so I'm going to speak quite fast. I hope you can understand me, okay? Now, what I'm being told is that your husband, okay, your husband is a very, very confused man, and he doesn't know what he wants. He's and I feel that he's been the last
6 years.
He's been a little bit backwards and forwards, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, yes.
And it's sort of one moment he's sort of wanting to be in your life, the next minute he's not, and he's just all over the place. And I don't feel that he's really secure in his mind as to what he wants and where he wants. Now, I'm hearing the word mum, and so I know that there is a mum in spirit, and I don't know whether this is your ex's mum or whether this is yours. Is one of them in spirit? Because I just want to know who I'm communicating with.
I know both of our moms are alive. His mom lives right across the street from me.
Right.
And then
Okay.
my mom, she lives about 30 minutes from me.
Okay. I'm being drawn to his mum. His mum. That's who I'm being drawn to. And I'm being told that you would know that the relationship that he's had with his mum hasn't always run smoothly and has been fraught with some difficulties.
Oh, it hasn't. I know that for a fact. I know. Yes, I've witnessed certain things in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and she hasn't always offered due care, love, and attention where she should have done, and as a consequence, your ex is trying to seek out the perfect love, and trying to see, but underneath it all, he's very insecure because of his relationship with his mum, and I feel that I think that he needs some sort of support, some emotional support or some counselling or something like that, because I feel that he's insecure from his relationship with his mum, and until he sort of deals with that relationship with his mum and really moves to another stage in his life with regards to his relationship with his mum, then he's not going to be in a good position to have a relationship, and this is what my guide is saying, with anyone.
Yeah.
And because he's so insecure, he's like a little wounded bird, because he's being, now I'm going to use this word, but I'm not saying that it's a literal meaning, but I feel like he's being beaten up all the time, beaten up. And I don't know whether it's physical or just words, I don't know. But I just get the feeling that he does, it's like he doesn't know where to turn to, because he just needs loving support and care. And for a long time, I feel that he thought that he had that with you, but it's the problem with him is his insecurity. And sometimes he can fly up off and go off the handle and be quite sort of moody or bad-tempered. And you don't know, you're sort of left standing thinking, where did that come from? Why are you like that? And so I do feel that he's somebody that is going to be will end up being far better in your life once he's got past the issues of his upbringing with his mum, because basically I want to say he is a lovely person. He's a kind person, and he's somebody that would take the shirt off his back for you. He's very caring, but he's wounded, and he needs healing. And until he has that healing, I don't feel that he's going to be in a position to have that perfect relationship. So anyway, Beverly, I hope that helps. I know the call just got sort of cut there, but I hope that helps, and you can listen to the rerun and see what's been said, and that you can understand your relationship with your ex a little bit better. And so I just want to sort of finish saying it's interesting how we've had two callers today where both people, there was issue. Spirit came in with a story in a different way, but where people needed that emotional support or that care, and they were sort of showing that to us through the readings that we've had today. And I think sort of, whoever we are, wherever we are in life, there's always a time where we need that love and support, and when we have a reading from Spirit, I think for that little moment, they do give it to us. So I want to thank you all for listening. And if you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I've also got a YouTube channel, and my name is Gail Moffat. So do check me out on YouTube. And of course, these videos that we're doing here, this radio, you can find that on Facebook, on A1R Radio, or on Moonstruck TV. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next week. Goodbye.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you, everyone? It is Thursday evening, and I have to do a shout out to my good friend Lana in Minnesota. I was Facebook messaging her before the show, and she is hunkering down as tornado warnings are ripping through her town. And I'm telling you, that is a diehard fan right there, because she's like, I'm just waiting for your show to come on. I don't know. If that was me, I would be in the basement with covers over me and just hoping that it would all go away. I don't do tornadoes very well. But of course, I don't live in the Northwest, or the Midwest. We don't have those typically here in the Northwest. So, Lana, stay safe. And if you are listening, thank you for being a diehard fan. I love you. So I want to talk about being in the now, which I think probably Lana could relate to that right now, because that is what she is doing. She is truly in the now, truly in presence. So what does that mean, being in the now? So, you know, if we are so much either in the past or we are in the future, and we really don't focus on the now. And I am just as guilty as anybody else out there. And I've really, really been practicing this, I would say, for the last probably 4 weeks. I've really, really been trying to stay present and be in the now. And here are some of the things that I have learned. I read a great book by Eckhart Tolle about the power of now. And there are pieces in that book that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But some of the things really, really resonated with me. And I'm going to share those things with you tonight to help us all stay in the power of now. Because if you're in the past, if you're living in the past, which, you know, a lot of us do, there's, you know, we think about all the things we should have done, right? Hindsight's 50-50, they say, right? So there's pain, there's suffering, there's guilt, there's sadness. All those things about rehashing and what we should have done. But being in the future too much can bring anxiety and unease and tension. And, I mean, just think about that. Anything that you're thinking about in the future, you know, it could be financial, it could be changing a job, it could be losing your job, right? So if you think about it in those respects, those things all bring up anxiety and unease and tension. So, you know, all of these cause overwhelm in our life, and it just blocks us. We cannot be in the present moment. And I know for me personally, there's been a lot going on in my life. And so, you know, trying to stay present has been almost impossible for me. Our human mind loves to create problems. Problems are basically dwelling on a situation and overthinking it and causing us some type of pain. So when you're in the now, when you're focusing on this present moment, you can't give attention to any of those other emotions. They really don't exist. It's impossible to have resistance and ease and flow in your life at the same time. So being in the now keeps you present. And when you focus on that and you're in total awareness and in consciousness, all that stuff dissolves. You can't have both scenarios. You can't have sadness and happiness at the same time. I mean, one is going to override the other at some point. So when you think of it like that, then you can understand how being in the present is kind of right in the middle. So think about it. If you were being present right now, you're listening to the show, you're listening to what I have to say, you are truly in the present. You're not worrying about your bills, you're not worrying about your job, you're not worrying about anything. All you are doing is being in the present moment. That's what it means to be in full awareness and be in the moment. Now, think of it this way. So think of any sport, for anybody who's ever played sports, right? You're in the sport, you're on the basketball court, you're on the soccer field. All you were thinking about is that present moment. All you're thinking about is defending the guy who's next to you or the gal, right? So that they don't make that goal. They don't make that basket, right? You are in awareness. You are in the present moment. The same thing is for emergencies. When you are in an emergency situation, your adrenaline goes, and all you were thinking about is, what do I need to do right now to help this situation? That is about being in the now. So now you know what it would feel like to be in the now. So how do you create that? How do you stay in that present moment? It's really hard. You know, staying in the present moment doesn't mean you cannot plan for the future. So don't get those two confused. It's not about that. You can still plan for the future. You can still think about the future, creating your future. That's really, really important. But being in the now and focusing on the now, focusing on, you know, on the things that are important to you, family, getting out in nature, being around your kids, your grandkids, your pets, whatever that looks like for you, staying in that present moment. Because when you can do that, that's when you find the most peace in your being. So what can you do when you find yourself in the past or way too far in the future and you're having anxiety about this, right? So some of the things that you can do to redirect your focus, that's really what it is just redirecting the focus for just a little bit. So what you can do is bring your hands up to your heart, hands on the heart, because as you do that, there's something about placing your hands on your heart that redirects and refocuses all of your brain, your energies, your electrodes, and your neurons, focusing right here in your heart. All the things that are important to you, all the things that are real are right here in your heart. And start breathing. Take a nice slow deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold it for 2, and release it for 4. And keep doing this until you kind of find your body release and you find your present moment and your focus. Okay? Another thing you do is realizing what you can control and you can't control, and sending them to the angels and saying, angels, I don't know what to do with this. I can't control this, so I'm releasing it to you to help me figure this out. Right? Talking with others, right? Getting clarity, talking with others, or simply letting it lay. Because when you let it lay, that's when you can bring in clarity, and it allows your brain to rest for a minute or a few hours, and then you usually will find the answers that you're seeking. So I hope that helps. Take time. It takes time. It is practice staying in the present moment. But when you find, and I have found this too, the more you can stay in the present moment, the less stressful life really is. Because if you're staying in the present moment, all those other emotions can't touch you. So I hope that helps. Right now, we are going to go to the phone lines. We have Cheryl Ann in Buffalo, New York. Good evening, Cheryl, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted a couple questions. I need to know if there's something coming in my immediate future.
Okay. That's a little vague. Can you give me a little bit more insight? Are you looking for something in like
more
a job?
like a financial thing?
A financial shift. Okay. Okay. So let me tune in here really quick. There'll be just a little bit of silence as I tune into your loved ones, and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Cheryl Ann. Do you go by Cheryl or Cheryl Ann? Sorry.
Cheryl Ann.
Cheryl Ann. Okay. So I can see that that there is like an energy. So as you know, everything is energy, even money, even financial prosperity and abundance. And it's like there's a big blockage that is holding you back from all of this. It's like your energy field needs to be cleared out from that for the first of all. Second of all, I feel like you're going to be doing a job change soon. Are you looking for a different job right now?
A dog?
No, a job.
Yeah, I have a dog that's going to the vet tomorrow.
No. Are you seeking new employment?
It's the phone is really cutting out bad.
Okay. Are you looking for a new job?
What job am I?
Are you going to be looking for a new job?
No.
Okay. The reason I
I'm
say
retired.
that. Okay.
I'm retired.
Okay. There's something coming. There's something coming in. Because they keep referring me to a job, that like there's something coming in, there's a shift or a change that's going to be coming in for you, that's going to help alleviate some of that, pressure. Do you by chance have rental properties?
Who?
Do you rent?
Hello?
Do you have a house that you rent to somebody else?
I help my brother out. He owns the house. My mom passed away in January, and he takes care of the house. But I help him.
Okay. Are you guys? Is somebody living there? Like, are they renting it, or are you Are you thinking of renting the house?
No, he's bought that house outright. I rent. He owns the house. I just help out.
Okay. All right. I feel like there's some residual income that's coming in. And so they're showing me that it's rental, or there's some financial thing that maybe that your family has left that hasn't come into being yet.
Okay.
So I feel like there's.
I am waiting on I just want to know because I have a settlement coming, and I just wanted to know when it would probably be here.
Okay, that's why I feel like there's money coming in and coming through. Okay, that makes sense to me. So to answer your question, yes, it is coming through. It will be coming to you. If you're questioning whether the amount is going to be in full, you know how sometimes when things are in settlement, you don't get the amount that you think that you're going to get. Your team is telling me that you will be getting that full amount. So that's good news.
Oh, yeah, that is good news. I also wanted to ask if there was a younger female around me.
I do feel the female presence. I feel like it was it your sister that the light just came back on. Is it your sister that is Was it a sister that passed away?
No, my sister lives upstairs from me.
Okay.
No, she's still here.
Okay.
My daughter passed away back in 2017. I just wanted to know if she was around me.
Well, considering that since I've been talking to you, my lights have been flickering off and on, I would say yes, that she is very much present with you right now. I feel like she's with you all the time.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
She's saying, Mom, don't worry. I'm taking care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's true. My mom's up in heaven, too.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I thank you very much for those
You're so very
accurate
welcome.
questions. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you for calling in.
Okay. I'll be calling again, but thank you.
All right. Perfect. Look forward to it.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Next, we have Ashley in Leroy Township, Ohio. Good evening, Ashley, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. What can we do for you tonight?
What was that?
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, it's open for a free reading.
Sure. Do you have a specific question?
Nothing specific. I do have questions about my mom or daughter, but
okay, go ahead.
I'm not sure how to ask them.
Just let me know what it is that's on your mind.
Okay, my daughter passed, and me and my mom no longer speak, so I don't know where to go from there.
Okay, all right. Let me see. I'm going to tune in here. So there's just going to be a couple of minutes of silence, but I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ashley. So I'm being shown that the rift between your mom and you really began after your daughter passed. It's really hard on your mom. You're doing better with it, believe it or not, than your mom is. She's having a hard time expressing what she's going through, and therefore it's causing the rift between the two of you. She needs to be able to talk with somebody about this to try to release it from her. She's doing a lot of grieving, and I don't mean to take this away from you because I know you are grieving as well. But I'm being shown that you are farther along in your process. You've been able to process through some of that grief and be able to start the healing process, whereas your mom really hasn't been able to do that yet. And that's where the biggest disconnect is coming between you guys. I do see the two of you working things out and bringing that together and coming back together again. So giving it a little bit more time and knowing that she is processing her own stuff and giving her that time to do that is going to be healthy for both of you.
Okay.
Your mom is a very strong-willed person. You were strong-willed as well, but you are a little more, you can bend a little bit more than she can, so to speak. So that's the hard part, is that she's very set in her ways, right? And you're able to kind of bend the rules a little bit to make it easier to navigate through life. And so on that piece of it, you guys don't always see eye to eye, because she has a very distinct way of seeing life, and it doesn't always match up with your way of life.
Well, that's spot on.
Yeah. So knowing that, knowing that there is going to be those differences in the way that you think, you really are going to be the one to kind of bend and move. And think of yourself as like a river. You're just kind of flowing, and you're bending, and you're moving with the flow of the water to kind of help move you and move your mom through some of these difficult times. Your daughter's coming through pretty strongly right now. She was a very free spirit, a very beautiful soul, and she really loved life. And she's telling you not to worry about the situation, because it's going to come back around. She says Grandma's going to see the light. Grandma's going to understand. Just knowing that, she's safe and she is free, and she's with you all the time.
Okay.
She hasn't been gone for very long, has she?
3 years.
Okay, not that long. Not that long. So she wants you to know that she's doing okay. She's doing fabulous, in fact. She says there's no pain. It's complete freedom. And she doesn't want you to worry about her, because she's just fine.
Okay.
She wants you to know that that she loves you very much, that you were really her rock. You were really there when she needed you, and she wants you to know that.
Okay.
She says everything is going to be just fine. Everything is going to be just fine. You have to trust. I can see her. She's showing me. Oh, there goes my light again. She's showing me like she's a little girl, and she's spinning around and around and around, and her dress is flowing and moving around with her. So she's very, very happy, and she's very, very free. And she just keeps saying, "Don't worry, I'm just fine."
Okay.
Yeah. She was very young when she passed, wasn't she?
She was 3 months.
I'm sorry?
She was 3 months.
Yeah. She was a very free spirit. She counted on you, relied on you. She says it was just her time, and she's very sorry.
Okay.
She's always going to be with you. Always.
Okay.
There's always going to be a piece of her with you. Always. So, Ashley, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I hope this has helped.
That was helpful.
Perfect. Thank you so much for calling in tonight, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that does it here for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Hope you are all well and safe. Reach out to me on my Facebook page at Julie Yeager Walker or Medium, Julie Yeager Walker Medium, or Your Time to Shine, or www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. I've got coffee and connections coming up at the end of the month, a group reading. You can grab your spot to be with Darlene and I at the end of the month on Eventbrite. Check it out on my website, and you can also be looking for another special meditation series coming from me. Have a great night, everyone, and stay safe.
Psychic Radio, Earth's Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Avid Advice Live with Thea Johansson. Live from AvidAdviceLive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Avid Advice Live
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to Talking About Success. I'm your host, Jack Canfield. You may know me as the #1 success coach in America, co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and also the Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And this show is a lot about helping you get from where you are now to where you want to be. We're going to help you do that today. I have a fabulous guest today with me, Thea Johansson. She is an amazing being who is going to share, I think, some powerful information that will transform your life with us today. She is an entrepreneur's coach, a coach of entrepreneurs, and also a keynote speaker. And those terms don't even begin to talk about the depth of who you are. So we'll unpack that a little bit. But welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. So tell us a bit about that. You know, you're a coach, you're a speaker. Tell us about yourself, some background perhaps, and a little about your work. Just get started.
After I got Master of Psychology, I asked myself, now what? Okay, we got Master of Psychology. You're in your practice 8 hours a day, and you're just listening to people who came in and just crying, feel anxious, not happy, not feeling okay, and always connected to themselves about their past, not looking forward for the future. Then how you can fear change this? Well, nobody teach us in high school and university what means conscious and subconscious. But I learned, and I felt, okay, you do have a Master of Psychology. You did a lot of businesses at the age of 22. So you know how to be or help all the entrepreneurs out there. And most of those amazing problems, they come from finance. Well, how can you help them to achieve faster? And instead, they're walking into your office and talk about, I can't do it, I'm not happy. They just focus on something that they can do it, and they will, and they are going to. And from there, I named myself Subconscious Mind Surgeon.
Subconscious Mind Surgeon.
How to hijack someone's subconscious mind, how to make him and her happier and healthier and wealthier about herself or himself, and how to make them to become successful. Just to know the secret between conscious and subconscious.
So let's unpack that for a minute, if you will. What is the secret to know between the conscious?
Well, what's happening in our life, who we are today, is all because of our subconscious. So how we attract things to ourselves? Because of our conscious. So if we consciously connecting to positivities, replace negative thought to positive thought. So subconsciously, we are attracting positivities, monies, energies, and people. You was the one that taught me in so many years how we can use our subconscious mind, our brain, to get what we want. So you've been my mentor for so many years, Jack.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to have been your mentor. I think in many ways you've gone beyond me and some of your understandings of this work and your ability to assist people with that, but thank you for the compliment.
Absolutely. I read all your books, and I was amazed by each of them.
Thank you.
And you taught me a lot, and I found the secret in between conscious and subconscious, which after so many years I'm teaching all my students, followers, fans, over 2 million followers, fans worldwide, and I'm talking about you so highly, and I'm telling them, just ask and receive. And they asking me, what do you mean ask? I said, well, Jack said ask and receive, because he always says ask, never just refuse to ask. And then they said, like, what is in between asking and receiving? And what is in between asking and subconscious mind? I said, well, you are asking. That means consciously you put yourself through on fear or no problem in whatsoever you can think in your business or in your private life. And subconsciously, when you are asleep, your brain is starting to recognize, realize, and bring things to attention to universe. And the frequencies will bring everything back to your life.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It really is all about frequencies and vibration.
Absolutely. We are all based on energies, and you know that, Jack.
I do. When you're teaching your students, in addition to what you just said, are there other things you do to teach them to raise their vibration, raise their frequencies?
Exactly.
Can you share some of those?
Well, some people ask me, how can I do that? Well, like on the way here, I just put on the music. I'm so excited. So everybody was like, oh, I love this music, and I'm excited. I got excited. Like, yes, like you guys, I mean, they can easily do with some memories, something that they make them to feel happy. Let's say that we do have like a bad day or something had happened last week, we are not feeling happy. I was like, you know what? Change it, replace it. It's all thought. To me, there's no such a thing as a bad thought and good thought. It's all thought. But we are the producer of those thoughts. If I'm going to have a drama in my life, so I produce a drama and became a drama queen. If I want action, I produce action. If I want calmness and happiness, I produce calmness and happiness and family movies. So just do it the way that you want. And it's all thought. And that's what people kind of think of, you're right. Yeah, replace it. Positive thought. Because this is all your thought. You can change it in a second and minutes. And that's what they do.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you and I are involved in a book together.
Yes, we do.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we do. I'm so excited. Good. Exactly. I am so excited about that book. And I'm so happy to co-author together with you. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I still can't believe that I've been asked by you. And I'm just so grateful. So a lot of people ask me, what is all about? What is all about success? And they ask me what means. Means that how you can easily, but very gradually and nicely succeed in what you want in your life. And it's all about strategy. What type of strategy of your life you have to choose or have in order to succeed. So Success Strategy book, for a lot of my students, followers, and fans, is going to be the biggest book ever. They're going to change their life, and I know they will, and I know it's going to.
How do you define success for you?
To me, success means when you are happy, when you find your happiness. Success means you do things that you love. You feel things that you love. You connect with things that you love. And to me, success, divine with love.
Beautiful.
It's divine love.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you're a producer of a film called The Game Masters, which I'm really eager to see. Talk about the movie.
Well, it's all about sex trafficking, human sex trafficking, human traffickings, and it's telling what's happening around us, around countries, Middle Eastern and all other places. And that way, I would say I was very blessed to get connect with a lot of powerful people, police, law enforcement, who they would love to help me to bring it to a lot of people's attention, what's going on around us, around the world. And that taught me a lot, and I'm very happy and blessed that I could. And is still continuing, is still get going. We are going to have another movie which coming, and it's going to be almost continuing the same way, but we are going to let other people know about more political stuff, things which is behind and all the stuff. I know that there's a lot of people may not really like that when we poke them in the eyes, but we're just trying to show people what's going on around and what means human trafficking, what means when a woman, beautiful, gorgeous ladies who came from other countries, without knowing what she's going, where she's going, how she's doing, and what happened to her, and what else is going to happen in the world. So there's a lot behind it.
What drew you into that project?
Well, as you know, I'm also medium, so basically this is my bonus. So I'm working with law enforcement, police officers, private investigators, and also intelligence services. So I saw a lot with my own eyes. I feel a lot with my own heart. And I felt I need to make a movie. I need to bring it to attention to other people as well. They need to know about it. And this is the truth, the real truths of everything that we have on a daily basis, but we have no idea if it's even exists or not. So that made me to feel that take an action, make movies, and let everybody knows about it.
So most people out there would say, oh, I see something, I'm going to make a movie. I mean, most people would feel overwhelmed by even committing to doing such a big thing.
It's hard. It's not easy. Making a movie is not easy. Yeah. Being a producer is not easy because you have to connect with a lot of people. And in Hollywood, well, as I always says, there is impossible Hollywood and impossible Hollywood. So you have to get connect with impossible, but to me, because I just choose the name as I'm Possible Hollywood, everything has to say yes, and they're gonna just go for it, and we are going to shake hands. But it was hard. It was not easy, and having the commitment to a lot of people, let them to commit it with you, make their promises come around, and get things move on. It's just not easy. It wasn't easy. But I believe in one thing. If you want to do something, and if you do have enough belief on what you are doing and the message that you want to send to the world, then universe will help you no matter what. So that's what universe helped me. So I found most amazing actors and actress. I found amazing, basically investors, and I found amazing A-list actress who basically wanted and would love to get in touch and get in tune with it. And I loved the way that they wanted to, kind of get engaged and shaking hand with me and just say, we are here for you. For whatever you are doing, we are here to support you.
Beautiful. Is the movie a drama or a documentary, or what's the...
It's drama.
Drama.
Yeah, action drama.
Very good. Well, good for you. That's impressive.
I have another things that coming out soon. Next movie. Maybe I should just make a movie of your life.
That's already been done.
Well, we can do another version.
Okay.
You just said that you birthed again about 2 days ago.
I went through a very transformative experience just a week ago, and I feel very different. So maybe we'll make a movie about that.
Definitely. For sure.
I'm just wondering who you'll cast as me. That'll be interesting.
It's going to be, I'm so sure. I'm also working with a lot of charities, and I opened my own charities because I believe through knowledge, people can understand themselves better. They can fool each other. They can hate each other. So basically, through knowledge, you can really find through yourself and build yourself up. So that's why I built my Cultivating Knowledge, charity or foundation, which is there's a lot of celebrities already been involved and helped me on that, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that as well. And also, I'm co-authoring book with Jiu-Jitsu master in United States. He was the one who basically brought Jiu-Jitsu to United States, or his family basically found the Jiu-Jitsu. And I have to take you there because you need to definitely train with Riga Machado. So he's trained all celebrities, A-list celebrities in Beverly Hills, and you name it, he's trained.
Wow, that's great.
And he's an awesome guy, like humble, like nice teddy bear, so kind in so many ways, and I know you're going to love him.
Oh, I look forward to that. That's exciting.
So yeah, would love to co-author with him and just tell about his success stories, because it's amazed me. I mean, I cried when he started to tell about himself and telling what he did. I almost cried. I was like, wow, couldn't even believe that you went through all those things, and then wow, that's amazing success that you have, and all celebrities, one after each other, just walk into his academy. It was like, wow, I'm amazed by you, man. What type of power you have? Tell me about your secret. And he always says, well, you know my secret, Fia. Subconscious mind, huh? It's funny.
That's beautiful, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. There are so many stories that need to be told. So many people walking the planet who have these inspirational lives, and the people need more of that. I think we need a few less Transformer movies and a few more stories like that to really talk about true transformation.
Exactly.
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 Coming.
Yeah, good for
It's
you.
coming. It's coming.
So, is there any, if you had like one main message for everyone out there, like, you know, what would you say to them? What do you want to impart to people?
Well, there's two messages out there, basically. One of my most important message to you guys who basically wants to open new businesses, became an entrepreneur and not knowing what to do. So find a good investors, find a good productive group of people. And number 3, just get into the market and nail it. And my second message, you already have a company and you are already successful, but you're tired and you don't know where to go and what to do because you just feel bored and you want to make more money, but not more money coming. For my advice is hire the coach and mentor, me and Jack. We know how to do to make you to feel fun, happy, and connected to yourself again. Because there's a lot of successful people already. You guys make money. They make money. They do not have any problem of making money. But happiness, they do have issues with happiness. Mm-hmm. How they can connect with themselves, with their own soul. And how can I just feel satisfied? I feel satisfied when it comes to my family, when it comes to money, when it comes to my, 7 Ferraris, Lamborghinis, whatever. But I'm not still satisfied with myself. Well, we can help you guys to feel satisfied with your soul together with Jack.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Now, obviously, you have your book, you have your coaching programs, you do mediumship, all this stuff. If people want to get in touch with you to find out more, take advantage of what you have to offer, where do they go?
Well, I do have a very strong social media, Persian Medium. So it's very strong. It's over 1,300,000 of followers, which I'm very grateful and happy for that. I have my Facebook, which is about 500,000 followers, which is I'm grateful and thankful for that. I have PersianMedium.com, which if you guys go to PersianMedium.com, they can get all the news worldwide. And some people, they want to just like have some conversation with me kind of on the phone in a confidential way. They don't want to mention about their name. A lot of celebrities basically are communicating with me through that platform because they don't want to bring about their names or whatever it is. So it's Abid Advice, abidadvice.com. It's actually the secure and safe platform for all of you to just connect with me and ask me any questions from A to Z, and I'm here to help you out.
Beautiful. So now I understand you're working on another book too. Can you share with us what that is?
This is actually the book that I do with my husband. So me as a woman, he is a man. We are thinking how we are almost connecting with each other, like he's a pizza type of slide when it comes to his mind, his strategies, the feelings, or his life when it comes to the wife, to the kids, and everything. And I'm actually the sweet cake layers, which basically woman has life as a sweet cake, layers by layers by layers, but man has like a pizza sliders. Like, you know what, this is a slide of my life, which is my career. The another slide is actually, my wife, my kids, and my friends, and other stuff. So, but through that book, we are going to share why a lot of men and women, after 5 years, after 6 years, they feel bored and they can't handle each other anymore, and there is no sweet love anymore in between them. And why men and women, after 6 and maybe 10 years, not understanding each other's or each other's language, and the sex life is not actually working. What's going on? The same chemistry was about 10 years ago is not even working anymore. So how you can hit this up with knowing how this pizza slide and the sweet cake layers work together.
That's beautiful. That's so good because the statistic is that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So There's something in there about gluten-free. We won't go there, but we'll get.
I love that.
We'll
Actually, that's fantastic. I love it.
But I think it's going to be such a contribution to so many people. So I'm really happy you're doing that.
Oh, thank you.
What's your husband's name? Let's give him a.
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah,
right,
Mr. Rick. So Rick is an amazing entrepreneur, fantastic dad, and amazing husband, and I mean it. I'm a busy woman, 24 hours and 7 days, working with a million projects, but he is also doing the same things, but he's always there for our kids. We have 3 boys, 1 and 2.5, 5.5, and 7.5, as I remember. So, and they love him so much, and I'm so happy and lucky to have him as a husband, because without him, I wouldn't really become a successful person today. Because when you have everything cozy and happy at home, kids is happy and they're connected to themselves, then make you to feel powerful to continue, encourage you to trying to bring, money, love, passion, whatever they want in their life. But if he wasn't there, I wouldn't even do any of those, because my mind couldn't even actually settle in one thing, focus on one thing, and I couldn't be a multitasker.
Beautiful. Well, good for him and good for you.
Thank you
I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to the book.
Absolutely, me too. Let's see if women gonna hate him or love him, or if men gonna love me or hate me. I don't know. Let's say we figure it out later on.
I'm sure we will. Great.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why you choose me to co-author with me?
I think you're an amazing being. You're one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. And I think you have deep, deep wisdom to impart with the world. And I want that wisdom out there. So anything I can do to support that in getting your message out, your energy out, having people realize you're a resource that's valuable, I would do that in a minute.
And by the way, I am also invited for 2 shows, like a reality shows, which is on their production already. Hopefully coming next year, and I would love to have you in one of my shows.
I would love to.
I can't wait.
My pleasure.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's exciting.
It's super exciting.
Well, I just see you at the top of a cliff, just diving off into the space and doing amazing things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, always my husband says when someone says no to you, you get more challenge. This is of course. Then never say no to me. This is that's exactly what I say no to you, because I know exactly how to challenge you. So no to me is all challenge, and challenge to me is happiness, love, and prosperity. And I think challenge means that change the directions, feel happy again, and find your niche. Just every each of us has some talent, but not every each of us knows exactly how to use this talent. And just tap into the abilities that you have, that I always tell you guys. And I read all your books, and that's exactly what you says all the time. Find the real purpose of your life, and when you find the real purpose, then you know how to live. And that's exactly what I did. I found my purpose. My purpose is all about helping others, as you do.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Yeah. My purpose has always been inspiring and empowering people to live their highest vision.
Exactly. The highest power, the divine energies, the divine love. And everything actually is possible with divine love. Everything. Everything.
I think we'll end with that. That's a good statement. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, so you heard it here, and it's all available to you, and you deserve it. And so there are many places to go to receive that, but this woman here is one of the great supporters of your evolution. And so it's think about this as we end this show, that so many times opportunities come in front of you to actually give you the very thing you're looking for. And sometimes we pass it up. So don't do that this time. Take advantage of what she has to offer you. So thanks for joining us. Remember, everything's possible with divine love. You are divine love. And we're all here together to serve each other. And so I hope tonight or today, whenever you're watching this, that you've been served by us. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Talking About Success.
naturally to me. I never decide for any of those messages. The only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the message.
What was your reading like for Julie? Oh my God, I love her. So I actually had a moment with her when she was walking in. She came by our table for water, and it was just like, whew. That's how I felt.
Are you gonna like come back for more? Oh yeah.
We don't even leave it. It was all kind of things I kind of knew. I felt intuitively guided. It's nice to feel her tap into those deeper places and I guess reveal hidden places that I sense and feel, but have her kind of present them.
She said, I'm going to meet a man who's going to come right through me. It's been quite a while, and if that happens, I'm going to be in huge debt to her.
This was a great reading today because it lifts my spirits. Spirits have been depressed for a while because of adverse happenings going on. I'm very pleased about that.
I went to her workshop yesterday and it was awesome. Yes, and I got her book, so I'm excited about that.
Well, this is the only reading I've done, and it's the only reading I would do, and it's because I just know that.
She told me things that I already knew, and then she also told me things that I was surprised with. Like she could read me, like things I was in denial of. She was actually reading what I was in denial of. So it was wonderful. It really was.
I didn't say a word. She just knew exactly how I felt about it. You know, she's absolutely right. So it's kind of like you have the answers inside somewhere, and she kind of validated what I was thinking.
If you're a person that trying to, make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit. Welcome to Avid Awakening, a beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Corona del Mar. So please book your appointment today.